I'm not used to the horizontal. I'm live, honey. You're napping, so I'm live. I'm gonna wait for people to show up. I don't know if I like horizontal, but this is what we got today. Horizontal. I don't know if I like it. I don't think I like it. Hey, Ann. You know what I hate? Being right about everything. Hey, Samantha. You know, we over there listening to MREX channel. And honestly, I wanted to unalive every ignorant black person that got up there talking about they're trying to bring the black man down. And there's an attack on black. There's been an attack on black. What are they talking about, honey? They're monsters. They hurt people all the time and think nothing of it. They hurt women, they hurt men, they hurt children. No women, no children. That used to be the gangsters' code. Do whatever you gotta do, but no women, no children. Of course. That's what made Star Island so great. Hop right off into Biscayne Bay and you right out there in the Caribbean. Has anyone seen Ava Baroni? The little white girl that Diddy adopted. Where did he get her from? Was she the pick of the litter? I hate when people choose not to believe me. All this sympathy for the devil. They all want me to be a liar so bad. They want me to be a liar so bad. They want me to be a liar because they don't want to accept the truth. See, this is the thing. It says in the last days that people will choose death over life. That's what it says. That people would much rather reign in hell than serve God in and for heaven. It says, y'all think I'm heartless. I'm not. I'm heartbroken. "20 years, I've been warning people, telling people there's danger there, don't go. And then when I would get the phone calls, can you help my friend? I think they got her. Where was she at last? Who was she with last? When I think about the girls who I spent time with in jail in Miami, who were there for traffic and transferring, one of the girls, British girl, she wanted to be a singer and a songwriter, and she thought she was going to be able to make her way into the industry by being a video girl. 7 years ago, they were fit to put her on the registry for life. She was, her passport was taken. She was kept in containers. And that was back in 2016. She was the one that told me about the girls we got off of Epstein Island. She had been there. Nobody cared. She was 17 when she came to the U.S. to appear in a Rick Ross video. And the next thing you know, they had her running girls. They got busted and she had to take the rap. Everyone else was protected by the authorities. Bringing down our black men. You want to know the greatest enemy of the black community? A disloyal black person. It's the greatest enemy. They look like us. They come from our neighborhoods. They grow up with the same struggles. They put on a persona, and then we want to believe them, right? Because they're like us. They represent us, right? But they're not like us. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. So many of these people in the industry that I know, that I've known, they not like us. They not like us. The dream running around, transferring girls in Beyonce and Jay-Z's name. Like, what is it that you people need to hear? You know, there's an old song by Dinah Washington called What a Difference a Day Makes. What a difference a tape makes. Everyone said I was lying. Everyone said I was wrong. Everyone said Diddy was God. And he'd never fall. And I was going to end up ruined. They gave it a good shot. Jay-Z and Diddy. But see, Jay-Z, it's time. It's just time for people to stop believing fairy tales. These people are monsters. The people they consort with are monsters. They do monstrous things, and they do it with government protection. See, I can think of a few people that also need to be charged for all of this that no one's talking about. The federal agents who've been monitoring Diddy and Jay-Z all this time while they've been informing. How dare you say that there are heroes? How dare you say that they're great black men that everyone's jealous of and wants to take that? They're thieves, they're liars, they're monsters. That's not great. And it's only great in the devil's eyes. You know how many times I've tried to go to the authorities, including the feds, and report all this? And they laughed me out the building. And then a witness showed up, see? The very government that allowed these very piece of shit ass niggas to run around this country using something as precious as entertainment and music and sound to destroy generations of women and men and children. Do I feel vindicated? No. I won't feel vindicated until every victim, including the children, come forward. Because apparently that's what it's going to take. Apparently the world needs to see monsters behaving like monsters on camera. So you see Diddy on camera, and now, okay, he may be bad in some of your eyes, maybe with the shit that you've seen. And now the things that the authorities have no choice but to report on. What about the victims? I want every last one of you ignorant piece of shit ass niggas that sit on these YouTube channels and call in talking about, oh, it's speculation. You know what? I hope somebody speculates on your daughter. Because it's always assholes like you who got a daughter who's probably being screwed over by one of your friends, but because you're in a big business, they'll say, oops. Only predators protect predators. Only monsters vouch for monsters. What's wrong with this country? Why does everybody want to worship the devil? Meanwhile, nobody's talking about the fact that old Kamala Harris has ties to the diddler and his Howard parties, where a lot of AKAs attended. Maybe they're all ordering pizza again. The government officials that have been working with the Diddler and the Jay-Z's and the Epsteins and the Weinsteins and all of these people who did all of these terrible things to women, men, and children, those officers need to be held in account too. Because they made it possible for every last one of these people to be victimized while they were busy trying to control hip-hop for their very negative agenda, so they could keep getting us to kill ourselves for them, so they don't have to look bad for doing it like they've done to natives on this land and visitors alike. What was it gonna take? They've all been sharing power. But the power that they're all invested in is the power to manipulate. They're manipulating all of y'all right now. Now people are attacking Cassie. They should leave that girl alone. That woman alone, that mother alone, that wife alone. All things she never had and was never going to be with the diddler. Things she wanted. They try to escape karma, but no one can escape karma. You can't hide from God. You can't fool him. You can't trick him. He lets all of you human beings think you're getting away with something that you're doing, your big one, and then, you know, he just waits for y'all to make it seem like he got it all good, and he comes back and he just got it. Are you ready to get in the pool? I'm ready to get in the pool. I feel like I just want to wash the news off of me. Just dunk my head in a large vessel of water. Those poor babies. You know, people should go back and do a little research in the 90s, especially in the late 90s and early 2000s. The diddler used to throw white parties in Bangkok and Dubai and in Morocco, where child prostitution is legal. He's been snatching up little kids for decades. I also heard that he was banished from certain hot spots where child prostitution is legal for his abuse. Hey, thanks for Flavor Camp, huh? Right, L.A. Reid? Right, L.A.? You've never been involved with a woman whose boyfriend or love interest you didn't want to sleep with either, including Dallas Austin. I'm tired of playing with y'all. I mean, of course, the story that's told and the story that people love to tell is that you broke up with Pebbles because she caught you with Chili. And that Chili slept with you to get back at Pebbles for that terrible contract those girls signed. That's not true at all. None of that's true. Did you sleep with Chili? Yeah, you did. And you passed her around. She got involved with Dallas and you got jealous. I don't know why Dallas Austin won't come out the closet, but he should. It's been so long, especially considering he and I have shared a lover in the past, whether he knows it or wants to acknowledge it or not. It's true. L.A. Reid is just a bigger perv as Russell Simmons and Clive Davis. Because it was L.A. Reid's idea to send Usher to the Diddler's house for the Flavor Freak-Off. Honey, is that your phone? Something's ringing. Oh, here it is. You can go back. I don't know where Storm is. I reached out to him while I was in Atlanta. I thought we could get together and have lunch. But I don't know where Storm is. But Storm, my Cash App hasn't changed. Holla at me. I wish somebody would send me enough money so after I get out of this pool, I can get myself dressed up right nice, go to the mall, get something to have a lovely Creole supper with this man I love. Oh my God. While everyone is busy running around talking about all these things that I've been talking about, while everyone is busy running around, trying to figure out who should go to jail, who shouldn't go to jail. Like in the midst of all of this stuff, there are tens of thousands of victims who have been waiting for justice for so long, including me. But for me, the greatest justice would be every last one of those victims getting reparations and an apology for everything that's happened to them unfairly and for everything that the government didn't permit or prevent to happen so that they didn't have to be victimized. The American government is just as responsible because they know these people are monsters and they let them run around as long as it's serving their agenda. Free Tory Lanez, justice for Kim Porter, justice for Justin Bieber, justice for Cassie, justice for Tanya Rubin, justice for Little Rod. Justice for Tierra Marie. Even Princess Love, for that matter. Justice for Biggie, Pac, Nipsey, Pimp C, Young Dolph, King Von, my son Giovanni. I don't have enough breath in my lungs to rifle off every name on the list of the sacrificed, dead or alive. I don't have enough air in my lungs. What was that? All the ones saying I was there, but I left early. Why even show up? Just don't go. Oh, hip-hop definitely needs justice because people keep thinking that hip-hop is the industry, and it's not. Hip-hop is the culture. The industry is the business. My beloved hip-hop deserves justice. And all of the victims affected by the atrocities used to hurt, destroy, control, manipulate, malign, dominate. Ali is gone. But I ain't nobody's witness for this government. If I end up being forced to become a witness, it will be the end of my life, I'm sure. The second they have a reason to take me into custody. Even now, they still be willing to get rid of me. Just to spite y'all. They would love nothing more than to do me harm. To traumatize y'all into not believing in everything I've been showing you. God is in control. Do not put your faith in man. Do not listen to these people. They answer to the same authority you do. And there is no authority other than God. I don't even want to talk about that with the Tupac ring. And crueltyfreeartistry.org. You know, people like to blame God when things go bad, but they never thank him, really, when things go good. And the funny thing about it is, if anybody's ever paid attention to God, he allows evil to go first and empty its clip. And then he just comes back and just drops one, and it's over. God has always worked that way. Ashe. To all of the children, it says in the Bible, when the young ones came to flood Yeshua and sit at his feet and talk to the teacher, the great teacher, the disciples tried to hold them back because they were kids and, who's got time for kids, right? And Yeshua said, suffer not the little children, let them come unto me. I'll never forget an episode of Law and Order SVU where the guy who played the son of the earlier DA who ended up on SVU, I can't remember, Peter something I think it was his character name, but he said the scripture and he used it to mock God, and he said, what kind of God do we serve that doesn't have the time for children and doesn't know how to suffer children and da-da-da-da. And in that moment, I thought he did a great job as an actor, but I literally wanted to strangle the person who wrote that line. Hope it wasn't you, Ice-T. You ain't looking so good right now, G. Matter of fact, Ice-T, you looking real fucked up right now, G. I never understood why Dick Wolf handpicked you. Why you've been there so long. How you got grandfathered in to the Dick Wolf world and the NBC checks that have bought so much plastic surgery for your very fake wife. I've never come for you. Ice-T, not ever. And you've had your fair share of hip-hop beefs, and for whatever people leave you alone, I guess it's because you're supposed to be an OG. See, I remember you when you was running around talking about unaliving cops. I remember you back in the day when you was talking about how great it was to be a pimp. I remember you back in the day when you first got your wife, who from what I remembered had to get fucked in just for the privilege of meeting you. And then she became your bottom bitch. Let's not get it fucked up. But if you were a hip-hop spy that was housed inside of NBC to give your account of all of the crimes that were happening inside of hip-hop that were used as episodes for television, and you never spoke up to the authorities about the very real things that you witnessed, if you, rather than going to the police, did not report any of these crimes and instead use them as source material for a television show on a racist network, that would make you probably one of the biggest Uncle Toms ever. Ice-T. So what? Hip-hop red rums only get solved on Law and Order, but not in real life? Put a 1 in the chat if I'm making sense. Put a 2 in the chat if you think I'm reaching. See, if we're going to get rid of these problems, we need to get rid of all of them. How do hip-hop red rums get solved on Law and Order SVU, but not in real life? This whole country is fucked up, starting with television. Maybe it's time for the feds to start talking to Ice-T. Maybe it's time for y'all to waltz on over there. You right down there, Southern District, somebody go tap Damien on the shoulder and tell him that I believe, that Jaguar Wright believes that Ice-T would make a perfect material witness for all of these hip-hop crimes that he's been using to get rich off of on NBC. 3 Dog Night. The story of Natanya Rubin with the parts of Diddy and J-Lo being played by Kerry Washington and Idris Elba. Has anyone bothered to ask either one of those actors about that script? Galatians, 6 verse 7 through 8. Oh, the movies too. What happens if they decide to take your baby to the Diddy flavor camp? You and Coco, little baby. Or did you pay extra money to make sure your kids didn't get human transferred? All these people are scumbags. Yeah. And if the government is looking for a material witness, I think Ice-T is it. Since he knows so much about all of these hip-hop crimes that only get solved on television. We got 127 people in the room and we got 72 likes. It would be great if we could get to 100. Maybe 20, 30 more likes before we go. But if not, you can always like on the way out. And Replay Gang, shout out to you too. I can't even talk about Ice Cube. He was just speaking up about the powers that be and talking all of this crap. And then they took his basketball league away from him. And his son couldn't get a movie role. And then the second day he started speaking up for the weirdos. The big three is back. His son is back in movies. Everything is great. I mean, but the truth is O'Shea Jackson is a fucking coward. And I'm talking about senior. Goddamn coward. You know what Dre is, O'Shea. You know. You know exactly how much that motherfucker hates being a black man and exactly how much he likes ass. Was that the reason why you left NWA so quickly? Did old Dre-ski try you out? Maybe he has some special baby oil. Who knows? Hi, Jay. Everybody should be held into account. That has helped the victim machine keep going. Oh, we ain't gonna talk about Chris Jenner. You seen Kevin Hart laid up in The Rock's arms, cradled like a baby, looking safe and happy. Hey, Courtney, baby. If they can't get rid of you quick, they will find something that looks like natural causes. People keep dying from pneumonia out of nowhere. Who films their children having sex? Other than a weirdo. That's who y'all people are busy worried about protecting. Weirdos. Straight Chris Nasty indeed. Everybody know Chris Stokes is a perv, and people are now starting to find out that him and the Did Live has some special arrangements throughout the years. And everybody knows that Chris Stokes specializes in kids. Him and Marcus Houston living in a one-bedroom apartment talking about they roommates. Marcus Houston's about as gay can be. And then they're going to give him that child bride to marry to try to make him look straight. They always do that. Yeah, I do have a Cash App. It's JAGSBREAD2. Yeah, the bump video, Diddy was there. Probably saying, take that, take that. I'm a pin it, honey. Honey, we are past Sodom and Gomorrah. I honestly think even Sodom and Gomorrah had limits. You know? Even they had limits. I don't know why it's not letting me pin it. I guess it's because, I don't know. I can't keep up to do either. I don't like horizontal. I don't. So, thanks, Lemon Pepper. I just wanted to get on here real quick with y'all before we went and hopped in the pool. Got me a hot pool day. Honey, do you want to put your trunks on? Mm-hmm. While you getting in the pool with your clothes? Okay, well the trunks is right here. Let's pray for the victims. Let's pray everyone comes forward immediately. It's going to be a lot. But the more, the better. And the more that come forward, it will force the authorities for once to do the right thing. by this new generation. A 9-year-old boy, yeah. When you go over to Bangkok or Dubai or Morocco, you can get a boy or a girl as young as 8. That's where them Diddy white parties used to be. Steve Stout used to brag about going to Morocco. Wonder what your type is, Steve Stout. You bootlicking bitch. Diddy beat the shit out of you and Jay-Z broke you. Well, at least you broke in for when it's time to go to jail, get you a new boyfriend. I'm going swimming. Love you guys. Pray for the victims. Pray they all come forward. We'll talk about Nick Cannon another time because that's a whole nother set of worms. That weirdo. Anybody who thought Tasha K was funny enough to be on Wild 'N Out has to be smoking crack part-time.